Yo, what's good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Me Now Coaching and Entertainment for Coaching My Links. Are down below. In today's video, we will be talking all about sleep paralysis, the fear that may come with it, and how to overcome that fear based upon my experience last night dealing with it. If that sounds good to you, I would like to ask that you like this video, subscribe if you're new, and if you see the option, I would like to also ask that you hype up this video for your boy. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. And by the way, I was just outside and I just came inside and I just hopped on this video. That's why I got on the little skeezy, or what the kids be saying, the shiesty. Got on the shiesty right now, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? But nah, without further ado, let's actually get into today's video. Alright, so I'm gonna start this video by just telling you guys what happened last night and what I did to get over the fear that came with sleep paralysis, because I've actually gotten very comfortable with it, but last night was a little bit different because how things happened. You see, I was doing certain practices in order to make astral projection easier. Now, in that moment, I wasn't actually trying to astral project. I was not trying to leave my body. But it just so happened that what I was practicing led me to get in a state where I could leave my body. So pretty much, right, at like 12 a.m., I literally started catching sleep paralysis because I had already been practicing certain things. Like, I'm pretty sure I was in like a dreamlike state. I was in a dreamlike state, and then I peeped that I was dreaming because some of the stuff I do helps me to peep when I'm like in a dream character, and I'm like, wait, I'm dreaming. And because of that, I pretty much woke up to my body entering sleep paralysis. Now, I was in an uncomfortable position. So, like, I was like on my back, but like my legs were kind of weird. So I kind of like shook myself awake a little bit, but still tried to keep myself in a pretty decent state. And I was thinking, like, it's 12 a.m. Do I really want to do this? And I'm like, because I really just wanted to go to sleep. I just wanted to go to sleep. I wasn't even trying to leave my body, like I said, right? So I'm like, you know what, bro? Maybe I could enter into the state and just go to sleep. Because, like I said, I was not trying to leave my body. At some point, I did leave my body. But in this particular instance, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let the sleep paralysis take over and hopefully just fall asleep inside this state. Because I'm at a point where I'm not really scared of sleep paralysis at all. Once I feel it, I could pretty much get inside the state and let it be there, right? But here was the issue. Like I said, since it was 12 a.m., I was not trying to leave my body. So I kind of just let it take over, and now I'm just sitting in sleep paralysis, and it's getting deeper and deeper. Like, the more I sit in it, the less, the more I sit in it, the harder it is to wake myself up out of it, right? So, long story short, what happened was, as I'm inside that state, I finally let it take over. I'm sitting in it, I'm cooling, I'm chilling. My brain starts thinking about a whole bunch of fearful bullshit. I start thinking about demons, and I thought about angels. I'm like, okay, I could think about a demon, I could imagine a demon, and imagine an angel. So it don't really matter like that. But then, like, at some point, as I'm like feeling more paralyzed and more heavy, I'm literally imagining a being sitting on me. Like, there was no being, like, I could tell you for a 100% fact, there was no being sitting on me. But I know about how people talk about, yeah, the sleep paralysis demon, it could be sitting on you and stuff like that. So I'm like, what if there was a demon sitting? I'm like, what would it be like if a demon sat on me? And I'm like, why am I thinking about this shit? So long story short, I'm like, because I keep on thinking these stupid ass thoughts, I would hate to not fall asleep, and then I wake up inside the etheric plane with the fucking with my fucking thought forms all around me. I'm like, nigga, I'm not trying to do that shit. You feel me? I'm like, yeah, but let's not do that, right? So I'm like, okay, I gotta wake myself up and shake myself awake, right? And like I said, at some point I actually did leave my body, but in this instance, this was when I let the fear beat me. You're gonna see later that I didn't let the fear beat me. But Yeah, so I'm like, because I keep thinking about this book, because technically I'm already entering into the etheric plane. When you're in sleep paralysis and you're feeling those vibrations kind of come over you, you're already in the etheric plane. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to enter into it more and start seeing these demonic ass thought forms. We're not doing that. So I just woke myself up, and then I used the bathroom, and I was like, all right, boom, I'm gonna try to just go back to sleep. But I'm like, yo, let me actually do a couple of, let me do some praying because I'm actually pretty good at praying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not praying to no being. I'm just like, my prayers are more like affirming my own divinity. That's kind of how I pray. I'm pretty much just affirming my own divinity. Even before I make videos, I like to say a prayer over the video and make sure that I cast out anything which is not in alignment with the video, and I try to embody those things which do help with the video, right? So with that being said, it could be really quick. It could be long. Depends on how I'm feeling. So I did like a quick little prayer. Then I realized, like, wait a minute. I'm praying right now, and I always feel good when I pray. I'm like, yo, why don't I just do that in sleep paralysis, right? And the thing is, I have had experiences where I have been in the etheric or the astral plane, and I've used prayer to overcome any of the BS. Like the time that I met God, quote unquote, is because I felt like a weird evil presence, so I started praying really hard, and then I ended up getting sent to like the void. And then like as I'm inside the void, there's certain, I have, you know what, just look up the video on my channel called I Just Met God. I also talked about this experience on the Paradigm Experience podcast. So you guys might already know what I'm talking about if you saw the podcast. Long story short, right? That's not the only time I use prayer though. There was one time when I left my body, and like I was in a room, and like there was like certain people around me, like certain, and I think they were just thought forms, but they felt like wicked. So I just started like praying, and like they like one just like one of them just shot across the room. It was like a person that just shot across the room. It was hilarious. So long story short, I know that prayer is a very effective way for me at least to embody my own divinity. So I'm like, yo, let me just hop back in it and then just use prayer. But I couldn't re-access the state until at some point I did. Now, when I did it, it was around like, because I woke up from the experience of leaving my body at 2 a.m. So it probably happened around like 1:45, 1:50 ish. The only issue is the fact that I thought it was like 5, 6 o'clock, and I thought that it was about to be time for me to wake up for work. So I ended up shutting down my experience early, like my out of body experience. But long story short, back to the sleep paralysis, right? At some point in the night, I entered into sleep paralysis, pretty much from a dream state. Once again, I became aware of a dream state, but I didn't like, at this point, I didn't know what was dream and what was real life. And it's like in the dream, it was about to be like 6 or something like that, which is when I tend to wake up for work. So my whole entire point is the fact that because of the dream state that I was in, I didn't know what time it really was. But when I entered into sleep paralysis, right? I felt the feeling come over me, and I just started praying. I'm like, yeah, I'm a divine being, X, Y, Z, da 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 da, right? And it felt good. I'm like, you know what? Since it's like, cause here's the thing too, right? I'm not trying to leave my body at no goddamn 12 a.m. That's why, like, cause if I was trying to leave my body at 12 a.m., the experience would have been different. But it's like I'm not trying to leave at. That's why, like, if I was trying to leave, I would have been doing certain things to get out of body, and because my attention is focused on getting out of body, my brain couldn't just be sitting there thinking about bullshit, right? But because now I'm thinking that it's like 5 a.m., I'm like, this is a good time to leave my body and stuff like that. Let me just try to get out of body. So I did like my quick little prayer, John, and I'm trying to like pop out. At some point I did get out, opened the door, went outside. I was testing the abilities of telekinesis and pyrokinesis, right? And at some point I actually got into a fight because I ended up projecting thought forms in the space around me of like people. It was like two people, right? And I knew that if I talked to them, it probably wouldn't be the best. But I'm like, nigga, I don't care about shit. Nigga, let's just go do that. So, yeah, at some point, one of them tried to attack me, and I whipped that nigga's ass. You feel me? But, yeah, it was like an etheric thought form entity kind of a thing. At some point, I went back inside my crib. Then I tried to meditate myself into a higher plane. Didn't really work. I'm pretty sure I was still in the etheric plane, and not the astral because it was dark outside. When I enter into the astral, it's always like sunny outside. You feel me? But it was dark, so I'm like, okay, still the etheric plane. Um, and at this point, I tried to see if I could go to the halls of Amenity by putting my hand on my mirror and then seeing if my hand goes through. Because there was one time where I tried to do the same exact thing and my hand went through, then it got blocked at some point. I felt that feeling and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm blocked again, but then it kept on going. So it was actually open to me. And at this point, when I looked at my mirror, it looked like freaking like water, like just like going like this, it looked like wavy water. And I could put my hand fully through it and take it fully out. So I'm like, I could walk through this right now and go to Amenti. The only reason I didn't is because I thought that I thought my alarm was gonna go off. So I said I'd hate to be in the halls of Amenti then have my alarm go off. And then I woke up and I'm like, it's only fucking 2 a.m. bro. I should have did that shit. Next time I'm just gonna do that shit. Even if my alarm might be ready to go the fuck off, I don't give a fuck. Cause that shit blew me. I should have did that shit. Long story short though, right? The point of this video is to talk about how to overcome that fear. And the way that I'm suggesting is through prayer or through any other practice that pretty much reminds you of your own divinity. You see, being in the state itself isn't necessarily scary. At least for me, it's more about the thoughts that one tends to think inside that state. But if you're able to stop thinking those thoughts and draw your attention elsewhere, especially through prayer, because when you're praying you're literally saying, like, you're literally affirming your own divinity, right? You're speaking positivity, so even if you do project thought forms, they would all be positive anyway, you see. Because when it comes to like getting over like the feeling of it, you honestly, if you just let it happen, it can actually feel good. Because like whenever I'm in it, it's like I'll get in it and I feel like stuck-ish, but it feels like energy is like moving all around me and it kind of actually feels good. It got to a point where it feels good. Even the feeling of like dying, like of like leaving the body and dying, it starts to actually feel good when you accept it. Because think about it like this, right? Oh, this is gonna be so nasty. No, let's not do that. Let's do peeing. I was gonna use taking a number two, but when you pee, right, and you let go of the pee, doesn't it feel good coming out? When you sometimes cry, crying can actually feel good sometimes. When you take a number two, sometimes taking a number two feel good. I know it's nasty, but it feel good sometimes, right? My point is letting go can actually feel good when you are willing to let go. And when you're willing to let go, it's like you don't block your energy and make it feel bad. You kind of just let it happen. It can actually feel good. Like I actually like the feeling of sleep paralysis. I just hate the fact that I just hate the fact that I could be sitting there and I'm thinking about a whole bunch of bullshit and now I might project bullshit inside my space. You know what I'm saying? That's why I had to wake myself up at first. It's funny because when I woke myself up, right, I'm like, you know what? I'm already up now. Let me see if I have any YouTube comments, which I did. And there's actually a comment of a person talking about they think they might be like aligned with the spirit of being a sissy. And I was like, you know what? That's funny as hell. And I might be in the same boat as you because literally I'm texting this person as I literally, or I'm responding to this comment after I just did some sissy shit. You feel me? Funny enough, though, after I got into sleep paralysis again and I left my body, when I woke up again, the person had replied to my comment, so I said, "LOL, I just got out of my body anyway." It was kind of funny. So if that person's watching this video, what's popping? You feel me? Because they literally just they kind of got taken through my experience of leaving the body. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, they got taken through my journey of being in sleep paralysis, canceling that shit, entering back into it, leaving my body and coming back. That was kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, my main advice was just the fact that learn to shift your focus and shift your thoughts, especially through prayer. That's a amazing way to get over the fear. I love prayer. You know what I'm saying? Because prayer, you're just reaffirm. Because I mean, if you want to pray to some other being, go ahead. But I'm not jagging that. I even want to talk to the Holy Spirit. Because sometimes I interact with, like, the Holy Spirit is just a intelligence within inside of yourself, right? I didn't even want to do that. I'm like, nigga, nah, fuck all that separate shit, nigga. I am my own power. I am my own divinity. I don't need no other shit. You feel me? So yeah, that's what I did. I'm in this video. I love you. I'm gonna catch you. Peace. The freak out. You smell me. Hey.